Muted. Welcome, ladies, and you boys too. I'm Arivero here as always, and here is our vanilla single player world. I keep saying our vanilla single player world. I see you over there, Ryan Coder, who got here early. Happy New Year's to you too. It's actually been 2 hours with New Year's already for me, and I looked up a quarter of an hour before the turn, and then didn't look up again until 12:30. So I missed it. I'm not official because I missed the celebration. And I haven't figured out how the little start screen thing works as far as like being a professional streamer person yet. So, I'm sorry that the countdown wasn't showing correctly when you came in. And I don't think he's here anymore. Hi, Blake Steffen. How are you? Welcome to the stream. I don't remember seeing you before. How are you doing?
It's
Oh,
upstairs.
thank you for the follow. And while I'm at it, I should be thanking somebody named Gregory34300 who followed 6 hours ago. I think we commented on toxic scepters follow before the end of the last stream, so that should have me caught up with all of this stuff. I need to build a villager breeder is what I need to build. And I can do that with, okay, I'm thinking of a video that I just saw. I'm going to have to just like clear some stuff away, and I'm going to have to probably dig at least a little bit in the ground. I want to think about where I want to do this. Okay, actually, you know what? I don't want to think about where I want to do it. I want to, okay, so carrots are the more ideal, actually. Ooh, I think I've got a plan. Why are you holding your head? Do you have a headache, Ryan Coder? I think that's what that emote single signal stuff means. um, um, I'm getting video signals from. Yep, okay. It looks like everything's working. I've got a plan. I've suddenly got a plan. We've been sitting here with this thing right here, like this for a week or two now. I suddenly have a plan. And the first part of it is going to be to switch. No, stop, stay. Yes, I've got a plan. I'm going to switch the carrots and the potatoes for a starting point. That's the first thing I'm going to do. Yep. And there's a reason for it. There is. Uh-oh. My computer is doing something that might be related to the weather. So if I suddenly go offline, that's because I'm offline. There was like the little electrical burping sound, you know. It's night. It's always night when I want to do something. Okay. There was the kind of, that little electrical burping sound that says something's happening. Is there a bed right here? There might have been once. Well, if there was, I don't see it. So I'm going to have to go find myself a bed. Am I carrying one? No, never carrying a bed. Am I caving today? Nah, I don't think so. Why? I have been streaming for about 5 minutes in the present moment, if that's what you're asking in the present stream. Or if you are asking for something else, you'll have to be more specific. I've been live about 5 minutes. That's a better way to phrase that. Okay. Dum 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 dum. Okay, I want the carrots on the top floor. That's what I want to do. I want the carrots to be on the top floor. Actually, I might add in another floor, come to think of it. I might add in another floor. Let's math this out. How long have you been streaming on Twitch? I have been streaming on Twitch since about, well, a little over a year, like 15 months ish, depending on how specifically you want to count it. And depending on whether or not Twitch sorted out the thing that looked like it was backwards when I was trying to figure out when my anniversary was. So, yeah. Why do you ask? Yep. All right. That now I'm all self-conscious. Why are you asking about when I started streaming? Okay. Let's see. I want to math this. Okay, so if I have wheat down there, potatoes down there, carrot on the top level, and then I need to have doors to keep the one villager separated. The 6 doors, or the magic number is 6 doors or 10 doors or something, anything like that, as long as it's above. So we could have like a little peaky top part here, really. We could have a farm here enclosed that was growing carrots and have, I think I had, yep, I figured that. Okay, so we'll have carrots. Then we can put the villager on the floor here in the carrots section. And then hi Jack, how are you? Jack or Tades? I have been calling you Jack or Trades this whole time and you have not corrected me. I'm going to have to beat you with my blaze rod. Yep. Well, why are you worried about donating? I don't even have that set up, so there's no pressure or anything. I'm not even an affiliate, you know? I don't have anything set up for you to donate. So why would you be worried about that 2 seconds after you joined, huh? Huh? You just got here. You're not obligated to, nobody, not even Nami's expected to do that. I can call you a cave chicken. Well, you can call me a cave chicken if you want to, Blake, Stefan. But if you call me a cave chicken, then I get to call you a turnip green. Yeah. Okay? You're welcome to call me a cave chicken even if I'm not in a cave, because I am a cave chicken. But I'm going to call you a turnip green. Hi, Comet. How are you doing? Happy New Year's. I'm an awesome streamer. You've been here. Okay. Well, I'll take that. That's very nice of you. I'm a little bit upbeat and energized this week, so I'm just having a good week. um, Sometimes you just have to like kind of take it chill. I have an idea for this stupid. Okay, so I need to build a thing above where the villager can go, and I also need to get my hoe so I can repair that piece of dirt that I broke. Then we need to have like a path around the outside so that, well, I'm gonna have like glass on it or something. Okay, hoe first. Give me the hoe. Got it? Okay. Did I get it? Okay. Well, I appreciate that vote of confidence, Blake Stephan. Okay. So, oh, oh, pig. Okay, there's a pig. I heard the pig, and I don't know if y'all are aware of it, but out in the modded Minecraft world, there's this new mod pack called the Mad Pack, and that mod pack called the Mad Pack is out to kill you. And they're not the least bit shy about it. They are definitely out to kill you. That is their stated goal and purpose. And yeah, so every time I hear a noise now, I'm like jumpy. I mean, it's not like I've even played it in the last 3 days. It's just I've been watching people play it because it's hilarious to watch people start to get confident and then all of a sudden they die. Yeah, it's actually really, really funny. I mean, in a mean way, you know. It's of course mean to watch somebody die and think it's funny, but it's not. Yeah, you know what? And that's kind of my worst thing. Like, I don't even like the whole idea that, like, randomly flinging at buttons. Yes, that's exactly what I'm doing. I am randomly flinging at buttons. Okay, so I need some doors. I need a little bit of building materials so I can make a platform. I have no idea even what I'm building this building out of yet. We just have these blocks here as placeholders. So let's see. It says I have 5 people out there watching in the stream. Ooh, ooh, ooh. I wonder if I could use leaves. Let's see. That could actually be really interesting. Having a structure that was made like, okay, what if we had a big block of leaves over there, like a big square block of leaves? That's probably a little less than desirable. So we still want to have some kind of structure. It could potentially still function like a block of leaves. I don't know. Diamonds, Chaz, you have big news. Okay, so the last big news you had was you had a new girlfriend. And so I'm guessing that your the geography of the distance between you and your girlfriend has decreased. Hi, coder. It's so good to have a keyboard. What? Are you got a musical instrument? Is that what you mean by a keyboard, or do you mean a new keyboard for your computer? Okay, I need some building supplies. Ooh, I wonder. No, does anybody? You know what? What is the big news, Chaz? Okay, so I need. You're a dad. You were. Wait, I'm confused, Chaz. Didn't you say that you were expecting and then that expectation had been diminished? And now you're a daddy? I'm confused. Did you get somebody are you like married? Newly married and have a new borrowed children? Is that what you mean? Uh Well, it sounds like it could be good news anyway. Ryan's got the better idea of it. See, I'm not good at this real people thing. Why am I walking around in a circle? Because I need to figure out what I want to build this building out of. That's what. Okay, it's going to be a villager breeder, and it's going to be taller than this. And so it's going to be, let's say it's going to be partly glass. Let's say, you know what? It could potentially be something that would be moderately expensive, like terracotta. We've been using a lot of terracotta, but I was thinking in that moment like a dark terracotta, an expensively dyed terracotta, like cyan or purple, because I haven't built anything purple yet except for my head over there, so we should have a little more purple in this building. Or possibly even concrete. The concrete is a great building material, except that it's kind of hard to come by the supplies for it. Unless you're like a compulsive miner, which I should probably start to get to where I'm spending a compulsive amount of time in. Oh, speaking of which, my new girlfriend I talked about was my ex that you got pregnant back in May. The child that miscarried would have been a borrowed child. Oh, oh, okay. So, okay. That's cool. So your daughter was born early. Yay. Well, you were a daddy before that anyway. Okay. So, sidebar, I was thinking between streams about these horns. Well, actually, when we went to church yesterday. Yeah, Sunday. Well, that's when you go to church. I went by a place that actually has longhorns. And since we're trying to emulate longhorns, I was like, "Oh, look at the horns really fast, right?" So, I was thinking what I was noticing. The good grief, I've wasted a whole day. It's like I never get anything done on the stream. I was noticing, and I had noticed it in one of the pictures I was looking at, but I was noticing that we don't just get the horn that goes like this, right? We get a little bit of a twist. So I was trying to figure out if it would be possible to twist the horn so that it would come. Give me something to stand on here, please. Like up this way. And we'd have a little bit of a spiral. So anyway, I had that idea. I'm not going to try to play with it today because we spent the entirety of the last stream on those horns, and it would be a lot better for us to actually go ahead with what I'm doing. Working on thinking, ooh, purpur! Let's go in the hole. Wait, in the house and sleep. And then I need to. So wait, that means you had a when did she get born? Like recent, relative to the hours. Like today is New Year's Eve. For, New Year's Eve, New Year's Day. Was she born on New Year's Eve or New Year's Day? If she was born on New Year's Eve, that's going to make the math difficult for the whole rest of her life, where she has to try to figure out how old she is. Because, um, bed, sleep. We don't have to sleep while we're in the house. Okay. So what I was thinking is I have chorus fruit that's not cooked. That's a thing that doesn't need to happen. I have ovens over here that are doing things that are just meaningless like that. I have chorus fruit somewhere. Okay. That was, oh, here we are. I have a little bit of purpur. I like purpur, but I don't know if I like it that much. It's like, it's okay for what it is. I like the fact that it's bricks that's not gray. That I like a lot. Ooh, brick! Brick! What if we did brick? Like new brick. The brick, oh gosh, this is not going to work because we don't have the new textures yet in this pack. So, oh my gosh. I'm all excited about nothing. Don't expect me to be at a party on time. So, okay, Jazz left. He came in and dropped his news bomb and he left. I don't get to ask whether. Okay, see? This is why I don't do people. What was I thinking? Oh, brick, brick, brick. Not with the purpur. I'm not thinking that. But I was thinking that maybe we could get brick. I'm gonna go downstairs because I will have some stuff downstairs that I could make. I will have some clay downstairs. I could cook brick out of down the hole. Okay, brick. We could make a brick building. Like okay, I'm working on it. I'm still trying to figure this out. Okay, brick with. Okay, see, the thing is, this is going to be hard to figure out if I don't go... That's not the right box. Why are you shuffling the lid of the wrong box? You're wasting your energy. Pants. I need pants. Oh my gosh, I got so excited because I just figured out how to make this stupid building work. Okay, and so now I'm completely non-functional. Okay, there's a brick there. There's 3 bricks there. There was 1 brick upstairs. There's stairs here. I can do stairs. Doors. What about a wood? You know what? Let's go into. I'm gonna go into. I hope I've got. Um, creative non-flat. That's the okay. Create a new world. Wait, I gotta go out into the launcher. Cancel. Quit. I need to get into the snapshots. I'm coming back. Don't panic. I know your screen has gone dark. It's okay. I'm gonna drop into the snapshot because I want to put brick together with some other things, and actually this might mean that my settings are completely bogus again. So let me see if I can get into that stuff and such. Is that? Yeah, okay, good. That's going to catch it. All right. Come on. Don't freeze up on me. What are you doing? What are you doing? Act like you're doing something. It's not responding to me. There we go. It's doing something. Single player. I want to create a new world. I want it to be snapshot, palette, test. You know what? Let's do for the sake of argument, just because we can. And you know what? Let's do flower forest. I've been playing with this buffet thing recently. We could go to the trouble to give it this a seed, but what's the point? Black screen. It's not a black screen anymore. I can see that it's not a black screen anymore. It's doing what it's supposed to do. I want to get it. If I'm going to think about playing with the brick, that's what I'm thinking. Because I know we have new textures, and I know that the new brick is better than the old brick, but I'm not exactly sure what the new brick goes with yet. So, woohoo! I got a flower forest. I did that on purpose, but you know what I didn't do? I didn't do this right. Single player, recreate, make that creative. Create new world. Let's try this again. I want to go into the snapshot so that I can see how these blocks will actually go together. We can build the build without knowing that the colors are exactly right, because we've already done that a couple of times in the, oh, look at the lake. Okay. So I want to find, it's a flower forest, so I'm going to look around for a place that has no grass. This was ill conceived. It has no grass. Has enough space for us to put some blocks down, like right here. Whee! Look at the size of that tree. Whoa! That's not normal. That's not even normal for a big tree. That one's really big. Okay. Okay, let's just get a bucket of water so that I can. Oh, the bucket. This is all the new textures. Get some space to play with here. Like you can break that block. Okay, give me the bricks. Bricks, 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 bricks. Bricks, here bricks, here bricks. Where'd you go, bricks? Come on, bricks. Oh, and then there's granite. Because granite is gonna be better. I'm gonna stream is playing up, so I'll be back. Oh, I'm sorry to hear that. It's probably because there's 400,000 people streaming these days because everybody's on break, People that don't get to stream very often are streaming today. Ooh, that is very bright and shiny. I didn't know it was bright and shiny like that. Okay, so let's do this. What I'm thinking right in the present moment is get up there. I want to do the pillar posty parts maybe with the brick. Let's get the brick stairs and the brick slabs. This is not what it's going to be built. It's not what the build's going to look like. It's just what I'm going to play with right now for establishing color palette. Which I don't really do that much, like establish color palette or anything, but I want to look at this. Okay, so first off, we could try it with granite. Ooh, the new granite and the new brick. Woohoo! I'm sorry, Blake, that's a very sweet sentiment, but I don't have anything set up to take money from you. So, I'm sorry. Let's see. What else is there? What was I actually thinking? Oh, the terracottas. I was also thinking of purple concrete, which I don't really think I want to do, but I was thinking of the not, I guess we could try the purple terracotta. I always think of those dark blue terracotta as being the purple terracotta, even though it isn't really, and I know it isn't really. It's just what I always think of. And then yeah, let's put these down first because I want to see what these look like against the brick. Well, that has an interesting effect of kind of sucking the brightness out of the bricks, though, doesn't it? It's not bad. I don't think it's bad. Um, that's not a bad thing. Neither one of them is bad, I don't think. What I was really thinking was I wanted to use the dark purple. That's a daring combination, I think. Granite brick and the purple terracotta. That's terracotta. So we would have to harvest that and we would have to dye it, which would be a bit of a process, but that's Minecraft. And so this is what I wanted to know, right? This is all that I wanted to know was whether I could get away with putting those bricks. No, this was the other thing I wanted to know. Can I get away with using the purple with the same, nope, in the same way, whoops, with the terracotta? So let's do that. And I remember them not going very well together at all. So it seems like they've fixed that part. But it could just be my brain. It could just be the way that my brain leans towards this color. Now that's not, this is actually, let me have the granite back. Granite. Why do I have pepper? Okay. How much do I stream? I average about 3 days a week, Blake. Today would be the last day of my normal streaming week. Sometimes I stream more during. Oh, I really like that combination. Am I allowed to like that? We're going to have walls and stairs and slabs of the granite coming up in 114. Now, I usually don't play in the snapshots at all until the release. I don't usually play in snapshots at all, but with the color changes coming with the new palettes, I like that, but I like this better. That's unexpected. I like the new granite. That is so freaking out my brain. I like this granite because it's not as pink as and we can probably, oops, go away. Probably also add in andesite fearlessly because, you know, it's andesite. Yeah, andesite gets along with everybody. And then, again, that's something we're going to have. So you know what that means? Whoops, that means I'm going to go dark again because the world that I'm playing on is not in the snapshots yet. Okay, I'm going dark again. I have to push my buttons. I am getting into the proper launcher for the world that we're supposed to be playing in. And I'm going to reconstruct this palette over there by the tower that is intended to be our villager breeder and our crop farm. That is totally not the right button. Let's do this. There we are. Place selected world. Okay, and we're good. We're down here. I was like, I'm gonna need to hold this thought in my head for long enough to put the palette together again. So I want the blue terracotta. 1, 2, 3, 4. I don't have any of the light blue terracotta, so I'm going to need to dye some. I might use, no, I think I'll go with the dark blue. I decided on the dark blue, didn't I? It's going to be more lapis either way. It's going to be a lot of lapis either way. And then I need brick. I saw a 4th brick somewhere. I need some lapis. I need some terracotta. I have some terracotta in my hands, but what I really want is some other terracotta. Where is my lapis? Probably upstairs beside the my lapis is probably upstairs beside the thing that is called the enchanting table. Okay, so terracotta. I might have to go harvest some more terracotta to dye that color. So let's build this granite. I should have grabbed some granite. I can grab some granite. There'll be granite down here. I've used some here. Yay. All right. Stone variants, granite. All right, granite. Brick. Now, if I start to use brick, I'll have to go and spend some time harvesting the brick or the clay because we can't make clay. Can't make that kind of bricks without having clay. So we're going to have to go and do some clay digging. All right. So that's going to be an expensive and adventurous trip. I do have a little bit of clay already here. I don't have very many things made into bricks already. I know I saw one more brick laying up in here somewhere. There it is. I can now make enough brick for the purpose of this palette. Okay. That is what it was all about. Being able to make enough brick for that palette. Okay, that can go on there. I need, so that light blue dye. I might have some light blue dye out in the garden shed. Let me go ahead and get some sleep. Alrighty. Oh. I have seen Nami, or excuse me, Oh My streaming earlier today, so he's not going to be joining us today. And we I see. Why am I over here? This is not where I should be keeping. Oh, look, I found some terracotta, so I don't have to go mine some. That's a good thing. Oh, oh my gosh. No, I stopped using the clay in the road, didn't I? No, I am using the clay in the road. But I don't think I want the clay in the road because it doesn't really fit. No dirt. No dirt gets dug. Okay, so the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to get all of the clay back out of the road because that's a thing. Yep. I don't want the clay in the road. I hear somebody grumbling. I don't want the clay in the road. Hey, you're just going to burn. You're just going to burn. You're wasting your energy. You're just going to burn. It's just a matter of if you burn fast enough. Go away. Okay. Yonry thing. Everybody's got to be jumpy today. I need light blue dye. I didn't finish that thought. Okay, so I'm going to get all of the clay out of the road first. Somebody who's been here consistently come along now, they'll be like, why are you digging the clay out of the road? Well, I could be digging the clay out of the road for any number of reasons. The first of which could be that I was deciding to work on the road today and get that texture retextured in the proper way, but I didn't decide that. I decided to build the stupid I decided to build the villager farm out of ridiculously expensive materials. That's what I really decided to do. Okay, now I'm gonna have to put my garden shed, my what's it called? This thing in my hand, the hoe, the digger, the crops digger thing. My crop digger, yeah, my crop digger stick. My crop digging stick. That's a good name for it. A crop digging stick. Cultivator. Some people just call those cultivators. You know that? Instead of calling them hoes. Although the word cultivator, if you look it up, like if you're looking for garden supplies, which is how I happen to know this particular thing that I'm commenting about. If you look up like for garden supplies, it ends up being a much broader spectrum. Like it doesn't all look like that, you know? Sometimes cultivators, when people are talking about them in the context of like gardening, sometimes it's an entirely different beast than that we call a hoe. Excuse me. And yeah, okay, so then if I have found all of the clay out of the road, then I can I have an answer to that question. I can burn the clay that I have. I can continue to dig more clay. And that's a thing that we could do because we know where there's a marsh, and I also have some here in the lake, which I probably was going to dig up eventually for basically this reason, because I was going to end up using clay. Okay, so all of you in there. Let's see, I'm going to need a little bit more. I should put that in the automatic smelter is what I really should do. But let's go ahead and throw this down here. Yeah, right there. And that's got plenty for now. All right. I need to clear out my inventory a little bit. It's a little bit of a joke. Okay, so I have that. That I don't need. I need that. I don't need that many torches. Is that why he thought I was going caving? It could be. It could totally be why that person thought I was going caving. Okay. So, let me get the palette going. Because I don't really need to do that part of the building until after I figure out the breeder part of the building. So I will just put these things over here and have that as an idea for now. That should be good enough. Okay, so then we know what we're doing. Oh, look, there's a bed right there. I was probably looking straight at it like 15 times. Okay, so bricks, and then stairs, and yeah, we'll do the slabs here. We're gonna have stairs and slabs of granite, so we will be able to just do that later. I did not get any of the light blue dye to try the other clay. But I don't think I want to. I don't think I want to. It'll need to be cheaper, but I don't think I want to. And I can just spend some time mining. I'm going to have to spend a whole lot of time mining to get enough terracotta for that. You know what? No, that's fine. Let's get rid of these building supplies into one of these chests that's right here. Hi, Nami. We were just talking about you. I was just talking about you anyway. I was just telling myself without telling anybody else. I was just telling myself that you probably had a New Year's Eve party or something that either kept you up late enough that you weren't awake yet. Oh, look, I have some light blue. Okay. So, Nami, I'm thinking this color combination for our villager farm. I know you're artistic. Oh, and I was going to put maybe some andesite on it. We probably have some andesite laying around somewhere. No. Okay, I guess I could conceivably put in some regular stone as well. It would be in basically the same color category as andesite. Okay, there it is, Nami. What do you think of that idea? I've got an idea. I figured out how to do the villager farm in that structure, and so we can make progress on that. I kind of just needed to know what my color palette was so I could figure out the structure. You said stairs and slabs. Yes, and I said stairs and there's stairs and slabs in brick right there. We're going to have stairs and slabs in the granite. We could use gray stairs and slabs if we had to. So we'll just use these colors for accents. Like, I don't know exactly how, but because we're going to have to build the containment unit for the breeding villager. Then we're going to have to build an extraction unit for the baby villagers. And then we're going to have to, yeah, so there's a thing. There's a whole thing. And then after we get all that done, we'll have to figure out the building. But, so the first thing, and I'm borrowing heavily from a video I saw online. I'm not sure at all whose video it is, but I watched it. I said, oh, that's an easy video, easy farm. So if you see a farm that looks exactly like this, basic principle, then that is probably the one I saw. Okay, so that's the disclaimer before anybody says I'm copying. I am probably copying. Okay, so I'm going to let this carrot level be the level where the two villagers live, and then they share food, and then they make babies. And then we're going to put another villager up here who has some doors, and he is going to be the one that makes everybody want to breed. Although actually I don't think that will actually, come to think of it, actually I don't think that actually works with that mob grief on. So okay, let's modify off. Yeah, mob grief off. Okay, so let's modify what we're thinking so that it matches with what we can actually do. If I put the villagers in the carrot farm, then their inventories will always be full of carrots, maybe because they'll farm, but they won't be able to, no, they won't be able to break crops, so they won't be able to share crops to feed each other to get ready for breeding. So I will be breeding manually because I have to do, if I either have to decide it's okay to have mob grief on, or else I have to have, okay. So I need a little bit of a mock-up, and I need some doors. So let's see if we can find a bunch of spare doors laying around somewhere. That's my objective. My objective is doors. So, yep. I'm going to go over here and look for some doors. And I just walked into the world today and I looked at that tower and everything clicked in my head. I love it when the building goes like that. It just makes me happy. Makes me so happy. You would not believe how happy it makes me. So, yeah. Okay. I need wood and wood products, and there are some doors there. If he has access to 6 doors, that should be enough to make him want to breed. And then he has to be um maths. I think he has to be 6 blocks. He has to be close enough. He has to be close enough that he counts the village and far enough away. Okay, one villager interacting with let me get some planks and stuff just so I can have something to manipulate. Okay. I need to make a model somewhere of this, and going back and forth between here and a creative world is not going to. Objective doors has been initiated. Yes. Thank you, Nummy. Thank you for that. You are such an awesome viewer especially when you do things like that. I do really appreciate that. Okay. Now, I'm going to sleep because I want to be able to build out here, and I can't if I can't sleep. Okay. So, uh-oh, there was a skeleton out there somewhere. Hi, window, get out of the way. I'm trying to get out of the house. Okay. I hear you dying. Die more quietly, please. No pot shots while you're doing it either, please. Okay, and I was thinking we need you weren't here, Nami. I said we need to put a spiral or a little bit of a twist on that horn on the roof so that the horn goes up a little and also turns forward. But that's a project for another day. All right. So I'm going to go over here on this little flat spot of beach just because it's going to be close enough that I can look at it repeatedly and not be so close. Okay. So I saw a tutorial where the guy said to dig down 5 blocks, 2, 3, 4. Did I count 5? Let's see. 1, 2, 3, 4. Nope, I didn't count 5. Let's see. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. No, I do want it. That's why that one isn't the right height. That's why. Okay. 1, 2, 3, 4. Oh, I was right the first time. Okay. Okay. I saw a tutorial where the guy did dig down 5 blocks, and then he did magic to make sun exposure. We don't have to do that. And then he put doors down here like that, and then he was going to put so there's that, and then like so 1, 2, 3, and then we would do doors again here. You slap a villager in, you build a little box around that like this, and then you stick a villager in there, and he goes, oh my gosh, I've got 6 houses! I've got 6 houses! Because 1 villager plus 1 door, as long as there is sun exposure on the roof. And there's like this whole math thing nobody cares about anymore, but this will work. So he goes, oh my gosh, I've got 6 houses. 1 villager plus 1 door means a house. So basically 1 villager in 6 doors activates it as 6 houses as far as the game is concerned. Let me talk a little bit slower. This is what happens to me when I get a little bit excited. Okay, so, and I'm excited because the build is like, I just want you to build me like this. And I like it when it does that. Okay, So what I want to do is I want to build this structure on the top of that. And so I need to figure out the distance between these things. I need some more leaves is what I need. Oh, hi, there's a whole pile of leaves over here that I can reclaim. Why, I know, because I decided there wasn't any point in moving the villagers over here this way, probably. Okay. So, buttons. Let's see. Random pile of leaves, you can now become a resource I can use. Yep. Nami said yeah to something, but I don't know what he said yeah to, and I can't ask him because he just left. Okay, so we put a box around this. So 1, 2, 3, 4. And then the dirt level is here, right? In the one I saw, the dirt level was here. So that means if this is where they were walking and this is where he's standing, then I should be able to reverse this. To where this is the level that they are walking on, and okay, so that would be here. And then there's 1, 2, 3. Okay, so there's 2 there. So there's 1, 2, 3 blocks of dirt, 3 blocks of not village space between the villagers that are in the farm, which they don't have to be in the farm. If they're not going to be able to actually harvest the crop, I don't have to have a farm. They can just be there occupying that space. They're not actually going to be able to farm. The whole point is to get them to breed. Okay, got that. To get them to want to breed. But this system, is this system going to make them want to breed if the mob grief is off? I'm not sure. Okay, so we need 3 blocks of space between the place where there is, there's a bit of a problem here. I need to have wood doors, and I didn't compensate for wood doors in this color palette. Now, personally, I'm fine and dandy, happy as candy with, acacia doors with granite. Don't bother me. They don't really bother me with that light blue. Are they going to bother me with the brick? Are they going to bother? It doesn't really matter. If they really bother me, I can just stick them in a corner and make them pout. No, I don't think it's going to be a problem. Okay, so I'll use acacia doors. Yeah. Okay, so what I need to do is I need to come over here to where this chest is. I don't have the bricks right now, so I'm going to use these because I have them. Okay. So, yeah. All right, here we go, here we go, here we go. Okay, so villagers walking around down here. This is our breeding pair of villagers down here. And up here we're going to build a little place for... I should get another ladder. Move the torch so that I can walk up and down there. So I need some more ladder. Nope, not any more ladder in there. I need more ladder. Yep, 1, 2, that's 1 set. Let's get 2 more. There we go. We'll get 2 more craftings of ladder. That should be fine. 1, 2. And... Move you off of that. Step it. All right, ladder. 1, 2, 3 blocks of space between the block these two villagers are standing on and the block that this guy is standing on. Okay, so I'm going to do like this to find the center point of this, not because I have to, but because, oh, you know what? I already knew where the center point was. It's okay. I want something I can attach to. Okay, so then that guy is standing on this, that guy, the third villager is standing on top of this surface right here. And it could be, as long as we have at least 6 doors. Really, we only need 4 doors because that should be enough. So we can have any magic number worth of doors that we want twice. And depending on how we address the issue of the air, or I should say the ceiling, we could conceivably, and I think this is actually a thing, we'll have to look at it. I think we could actually have our village itself go this way and also, am I on the center? Yeah, this way. Okay. And that means this is extra over here, at least for the moment. So this should, let's see. If I've got these doors I can play with, right? Mathematically, we know that as long as I put a roof over this, that's a door, 2, 3, 4, 5. That's 5 houses for our happy villager. There's a 6th house. And if I do roof over the top of those, you know what would be high? You know what would be really awesome is if we could use, if we could put, and I don't think we can, but I'm going to just make a sample thing so that I can try it. I think if we could put, it's not important. I don't know why I did that. Start here first. Okay, that, if we could put a door on top of that, that would be awesome. I would actually have to have something to stand on to be able to get that to place, though. Let's see. Let's go one more and then try it because, nope. Nope, didn't think so. Didn't think so. Okay. So I need to do at least this much for the doors to sit upon. And then upon the doors, oh gosh, there is actually a bed around here somewhere. Excuse me. Okay. Then, let's see. Then on top of the doors, we have to have more blocks. 3, 4, and yeah, on top of that one, and then on top of these, we have to have doors, or I mean a roof. This would have to be open and the front side would have to be open to the sky. So if we had enough doors in here, which this is enough doors, but it's a little bit sloppy. Okay, so there's our villager compartment. I'm going to leave that there for now because I want to go down here and have a look at the building and see what we're trying to do so far. All right, and then, okay. So that's not going to be horrible, is it? It means what it looks like so far is our 4 supports are actually too tall. Our 4 primary supports on the outside of this top level would be too tall. Well, the one in the front anyway, if we weren't gonna have villagers in there, because it would be a situation where you would want there to be, and actually having it all the way over here away from everything and elevated like that is going to make it so that the zombie siege zombies are going to have a harder time actually spawning in the village, because they still are going to want to spawn on the numerical perimeter of the village, which is going to end up being out here about roughly where this arc of the, yeah, so we should be fine there. Okay. So the question we have to figure out now is what material do we want to use out of our palette or as an additive to our palette at this state, our color palette that I've already decided. I went into creative to make sure that that was going to be okay in the new texture pack. And so anyway, then we need to figure out like what we want the perimeter of that crop of carrots to be, because that's going to contain our breeding population of villagers. And how is that going to look? And also we're going to need to build off of that a system for removing villagers from that area. Okay, so the video that I saw showed putting a little trench, say for example, right here. And I believe it was a trench filled with water. I will have to go and double check that video again now that I've committed my life to it. Okay, and then you put a little, an iron golem over here in a chamber. You put a trench here that has a heading that's high enough to keep the adult villagers out of. So like here. Right? And then for some reason the iron golems are the children, the babies are attracted to iron golems and will eventually run over to the iron golem, is what the particular video that I was watching says. And they'll run toward the golem, and then they will fall into this trench, and you can use the like water in this trench to move them out of the villager breeder into wherever your villager sorting area is, right? So we could use that, and we could go down the ramp that I was trying to build the other day without knowing what I was trying to do, right? Go down the ramp, like we could have like a little minecart catcher thingy here, and then that would run down the ramp over there to our villager trading hall, where we would sort them, trade with them to see if they were any good and all of that kinds of things. Or we could have an area down here where we did the sorting and then sent them over there if they were worth keeping in our trading center. So how do we feel about that plan? Nobody understands it but me, because yeah, okay, no, it should work. That should work, right? Okay, I feel like I need to draw it or something so that I can keep up with what I want to do with it. Okay, so, and then these crop fields will basically serve the purpose of producing crops for us to trade with the farmers, which is what we have over there captured, which will be our primary breeders. We'll have to manually trade with them in order to keep them happy enough to breed all the time, but we can do that. Okay. So let's go get a couple of signs. That's a thing I need to do, is have signs. I'm going to make some signs. I have some materials here that I can use for that. All right, so we're going to have so these are our breeder villagers. Let's see. Breeder villagers. And those are going to be down here. And then we're going to have one villager. Actually, this I do not need. This is not going to work. Well, I need the doors. I need the doors. He has to be up there in order to be ready. Okay, so what I have to do... Okay, and he's going to be, and then we're going to have a ready villager up there. Yep. Whoops, wrong. There. Done. Ready villager up here in containment. So the first thing we have to do... Oh, hi, Dojo! How are you doing? And then, okay, so ready breeder villagers, ready villager, and then, over here we need an iron golem. And then we're gonna have babies. Baby. What do they call those? What are those things called where they have like at the amusement park or at the water park where they just have like an artificial river and you tube it? Tubing. Or what are the big inner tuber? But yeah, baby swim park. That's what we're gonna do. And then we're gonna go down here somewhere. We're gonna have... I'm out of signs already. Minecart, villager, extractor. Done. And I've got one more, and then say down here, villager, pearly gates. There we go. How's that for a plan? How are you all doing? Happy New Year's! I'm in the sweet spot, you know, Dojo. When you like look at the build that you like, I don't know. You've been around a little bit. You've been seen in the world, how I've been struggling trying to figure out how to start this. This is our villager breeder or something farm, crop farm villager breeder combination kind of structure that we've had planned. So I looked at that when I first logged into the world today, and I was like, I know exactly what I want to do. So, yes. So now we are in the stage where we're going to try to figure out how to put all the pieces together into an actual cohesive build now. All right. That always makes for a good day, in my opinion. When the build says, do me, do me. Wait, that sounded bad. I didn't say anything. Nope. Okay. So, but yeah, the build is agreeing with us today that it needs to be done. Okay, so here's the thing that we can do. We can build the villager extraction system. Well, we need to we need to figure out what kind of perimeter we want to put on the outside of this crop field to hold the crop villagers in that spot. The rest of this whole building actually could be open-sided for all we care. Ooh, 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 ooh. What if we make the top crop have a tight perimeter, you know, like it's going to be very square. It has to contain those villagers on that crop. But then the shelf that these other two crops are on does not have to be that way. It does not have to be that narrow. So we could get like a really tall pyramid thing going here just as a shape for that particular part of the structure. So that like this floor would go out here, be maybe square, be maybe round, be follow the terrain or something. Whatever it do, it like okay, it could go all the way out to there, and then the next floor wouldn't go out as far. Well, it'd have to go out at least as far in the back because of the fact that there's okay. Okay. I am going to go to sleep and I am going to go and get some bricks. And that's going to mean that we're going to adventure a little bit and dig clay and do a little bit of clay in non-adventurous places too, like digging clay. I need to dig a lot of clay because I have decided to use bricks in that build. And so now that I have kind of the rough idea of what I'm trying to do, I have to start to narrow down the I have to start to narrow down the what's it called? The how. And the first part of the how is I got to figure out the palette. Okay, we are going to have brick walls in the new snapshot, but I don't want brick walls for the exterior. I could use iron bars conceivably, but I don't have iron bars in my palette yet, but I could because we've allowed for the we could just use stairs and walls in some kind of combination. Okay, so I'm going to grab a shulker box because I may stay gone long enough to fill a shulker box with clay. I'll go over there and I'll pick up one of the stray beds that's laying around right after I get clay, all of the clay out of the river. Well, maybe not right after, but whenever we find the stray clay out of the river. Okay, wait, I thought I saw clay over here. I did one piece. Okay, fine. Whee! Ah, that's okay. It's not hurting anything. All right, I think that clay was originally doing something, but now it's not. So, all right. Did I already get all of the clay out of this area? Possibly. I got the clay all out of my lake already. No, that's gravel. That's gravel. Nope, there's one little patch over here still. We actually don't have the enchants to get into there. Okay, I need a bed and I have a shovel, so that part's took care of. I need a bed and I need... dig. Come on, dig. You can do it. No, my head's above water. See, you're wrong. My head's above water. Alright, give me this thing. This makes the clay gathering a lot easier, doesn't it? Because it's going to pop up to us eventually. At least if there's no dolphins around, I guess it'll be easy enough. Okay. Don't see any more clay here. Actually, I do. It's over there. Nope, that's not clay. That's part of the road. Alrighty. So, oh, there's another piece I failed to get earlier. Okay. And I need a bed. Is there still a bed over here? There is. Good. Good. I'll just get all of this clay. We'll just see how far we get. If we go that way far enough, maybe we'll get drowns chasing us. And then maybe we can satisfy our Nautilus shell goal while we are working toward having clay for the bricks for the building. Okay, I probably need what? Let's just say we need 4 stacks of bricks to even be able to start, and that'll be well, we're going to need a whole lot more than that if we try to use any for, we're just going to have to fill our inventory with clay, and that's all there is to it, I'm afraid. Yep. Just have to fill the inventory. Okay, guys, do we want to go out onto the ocean and go over there to the marsh where we went to build that experiment in the last stream, and harvest clay over there, or go through the river and collect clay as we go, and probably end up in the same marsh? I need to put these dirts back. That was effective. Give me the dirt. Go there. So buttons. All right, here is some clay over here. 1, 2, and 3. Really? Okay. Okay. Some clay over here. We got no decisiveness. Got nobody's paying. There we go. Oh, what time is it? Oh, no, it's not time yet. Okay. All right. Dojo, was that you that left when I was playing marbles last night? Was that because of the marbles or because of was that actually because of the marbles, or was it because of well, gosh, I don't even know what I'm trying to say. It would help if I had a clue what I was trying to say. Yeah, give me that one back. There we go. He's not even here anymore. I'm talking to nobody. Oh, okay, so, you know what? We're doing something boring. I'm going to tell the story that I started out to tell. Wait, it's not boring? There's nothing in Minecraft that's boring? There's nothing in Minecraft that's boring because everything in Minecraft emulates real life, and real life isn't boring. There are parts of real life that are more of a discipline than other things, more of a practice until it's perfect kind of a thing. So yeah, there's that, but there's not actually anything that's boring, and or like more meditative, or what do you want to call it? Something that is less of an instant gratification. Although I have to say that mining is a great instant gratification. You get down in there and you start making holes in the desert. Why did I say desert? At any rate, they're making holes. Give me the things. It doesn't do me any good to dig you up if you don't jump in my inventory. He's here. Okay. So, Dojo, just out of curiosity, do you work like a normal shift? Like normal people hours overnight? Or I'm only curious because of when you left yesterday. I think it was you that said you were leaving because of the marbles. And now I'm trying to make it about your job and not about the marbles because, I wanted to play marbles. That's okay. I'm not going to hold it against you. Until next week, anyway. Okay, so the other day, Sunday, after church, my husband and I went to the local Mexican restaurant. And we were sitting there waiting for our food. And so my husband's not the greatest conversationalist in the world, so I was kind of bored. And I was looking around the restaurant, and I happened to notice that it had pendant lights over some of the tables. And these pendant lights, the ones that I looked at, happened to be like yellow or something. They were like a marble glass texture, and they weren't textured, they were smooth, but they were like these little lights. They were these little dangly lights over the tables, right? And then I looked at the light that was above our table, and it was a different color, right? And then I looked onto the other side of the restaurant because we were like next to the partition wall. You know how they divide restaurants into half so that it feels like it's cozy and not everybody's all in one big room? or what's left over from when they actually used to have smoking sections in restaurants and stuff. But anyway, so I looked over on the other side and I saw that the lights were the same on the other side. There was two different colors. Okay. Well, before I looked over to the other side, I had developed a hypothesis in my brain that maybe those lights were part of the like part of the visual cue mnemonic device type of a thing for the waitresses to refer to like know which section they were working that day, right? And so I was sitting there thinking that is really cool because it's not number based, because my husband works in or has worked in the past managing restaurants. So I know from having had these discussions with him before that in some restaurants they just have like a numbering system for the tables, and then the waitresses know what number group they are serving that day. So I was like, had this hypothesis that this Mexican restaurant had a different system when my different system hypothesis was based on these colored pendant lights. So anyway, I'm sitting there going, oh, and then when I looked over on the other side, well, okay, that blew my hypothesis out because it wasn't four different colors sets of pendant lights. It was just two different colored sets of pendant lights, and I didn't think that would work as well as a colored system. But then I was like, well, I know that everybody uses a number system, but not everything's about numbers, because sometimes we get a little bit iffy about number systems, and the fact that sequential numbering is just easier to work with as a general thing than any other kind of organizational system. Hi, Senpei! And so I was like, okay, so we're not about numbers, okay? Why am I trying to sleep? Because it's getting close tonight. We're not about numbers. The world's not all about numbers. This restaurant's system for identifying which tables which waitresses are working is not a number-based system because I said so. I, as of course the what do you call it, guest in the restaurant, the customer, not the manager, not the waitress. I, as the customer, not make decided that this restaurant cannot use a number system because numbers are bad. Sequential numbering is a bad thing, yeah. So um so I was disappointed that my pendant system had broken down. My colored light system, didn't work out in the end. So I was like, okay, well, we're not using numbers. These tables, they might have feelings. And these tables might want us to know that they have actual names and they are not numbers, and they have personalities and they want to be treated as such. So did you just assume my number, says the table. Okay, this is my brain just being stupid, okay? So I'm sitting there enjoying the whole thing in my head because my brain is just, anyway. So I was thinking, okay, my table's name is George, or more appropriately, it would be Jorge as opposed to George, because Jorge would be more culturally appropriate or more culturally sensitive for the Mexican restaurant. Not that I'm at all culturally sensitive or politically correct or tolerant or whatever the catchphrase is for that these days. But anyway, wait, I'm not trying to say I'm a bigot. I'm just trying to say I'm not especially conscious about that. So if I'm saying something that's offensive, ignore that. I'm trying to tell a story. So anyway, oh, okay. Um, so I decided that my table's name was Jorge, right? And so then the next thing I decided it was, and of course I'm not talking to my husband about this at all. He's just sitting there on the other side of the table, and he's getting funny looks from me because I'm starting to smirk and stuff, about what is going on in my brain that he wouldn't appreciate because he used to be a manager in a restaurant and he wouldn't think it was funny. So so I'm plotting and scheming, and as I'm plotting and scheming that I am going to provide Jorge with the opportunity to declare his namedness to the people that actually work in the restaurant, so that everybody will know that that is Jorge and not a table that has a number. As I was thinking about how I'm going to declare his independence from the system, I look over and the napkin box is marked with magic marker with a number on it. And there's a little stick-it on the wall that has the corresponding number on it that identifies what number the table is, you know. So, and this sticky, the little post-it note is from the local um, payday loan company, which that was just a detail that stuck in my brain. So I'm sitting over here smirking at my husband because, things are going on in my brain that I'm not sharing with him. And, and I was plotting how I was going to get into my bullet journal and get out like tabs. I have like self-adhesive index tabby things for marking the pages and stuff that I don't use. I was like trying to figure out how I was going to use those and put on this little post. I was going to use those for the tape, and then I was going to use one of the index cards that's in my little planner notebook. That was going to how I was going to going to declare the independence from the system in the first place. I was going to use my own supplies, but I wasn't really sure if my little index tabbies were up to the job of holding up the index cards. But I was going to put on the piece of paper, "My name is George. I am not a number. I am a table. I am a table from," and give him like a cultural story and everything, and kind of like adopt a table. And um, so I had this whole thing, and then this whole fantasy going on in my brain, right? Because we're just sitting there waiting for our dinner. And then after the first table, George declares his independence from the numbering system, Jorge, then the other tables would feel emancipated and have this example that they could follow. In They would declare their independence, and they would whisper their names to the next person that sat at that table, right? And so people would come to this restaurant and start coming in and asking to sit at the table by the table's name as opposed to by the table's number. And because this family has an appreciation for a cultured young man from, I don't know. So I had the most ridiculous little fantasy life while I was sitting there waiting for my Mexican food to arrive after church on Sunday. And that's the end of my story. As much fun as it is for me to tell it, I was amused by it twice now. That's always the best kind of story. Because the people that are listening, you never can count on whether or not that's going to amuse them or not. Okay. So, uh, does anybody else have any stories to tell? Like, how is your parties going and all of that stuff? The most interesting and ridiculous story I have ever heard. Um, okay. If you enjoyed that, I encourage you to go and look in the clips and highlights section of my Twitch channel and look for the one that is bubble butt. You might enjoy that one as well. There's a highlight or a clip or something called bubble butt. There's no story involved well, there is a story involved in that, but it's not the same. It's not the same as this in any way. Okay. So that's my story, and I'm sticking to it. Oh, I'm amusing myself too much. Oh. Okay, what is floating? Why do I have a shadow right here? Do you see this? There's like a shadow. Like, if I was playing modded, I would expect there to be a floaty island, like one of those big slime islands up there. There's just this big shadow. And it's not really in the right line for it to be a shadow cast by especially in the context of this one, which is going in the exact opposite direction. It must be something to do with chunks, maybe? I don't know. I'm making nose noises. Exactly. That's exactly what I'm doing. I have a story, but it's kind of like you need to be there to get it. Yeah, I know. Some of them are just like that. Uh, whee. Well, you're welcome to try to tell us and see if we can appreciate it or relate to it if you feel like you're up to the task. It'd be nice to see something in chat besides my bot going off. Somebody broke. Oh, that's just clay that broke over there. Okay, well, there's actually a little bit of dirt over there, and I'm gonna have to break a dirt to get the clay. So, yeah. All right. You know what? I should totally like stop what I'm doing for 2.5 seconds and make the clay that I've already dug into blocks so that I can have room in my inventory. There we go. Whoop, boom, ba-dum, bum, 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 ba-dum, bum, bum. And as long as that we're doing that, we might as well go ahead and throw those into the shulker box that we brought along for just such a purpose. And I'm going to finish digging this clay in this area. Yeah, that goes back there a ways. Ah, there we go. Well, that vein of clay is being very intrusive into the whole terraforming and landscaping part of the deal here. All right. Okay. Oh, well, that solves that problem. Anyway, okay. But I only work occasionally. I mean, come on. How old do you think I am? I don't have a clue. We're not supposed to talk about ages on Twitch. I was watching a streamer yesterday that got really flipped out because he had told this kid to stop talking about his age, because it's in the terms of service and it makes it look like you're a predator if you got the kids all talking about the age and stuff. And anyway, he got all flipped out because he told the poor kid like 15 times, and the kid kept saying, "I'm this age," and the kid thought he was funny, I think. But anyway, I thought it was funny. So then he had never written rules for his channel, and so he went into his channel and he wrote rules, and he said, "You're gonna get automatically banned if you talk about your age in my channel," which I thought was hilarious because I've been watching that particular streamer for a while. But and so I know when he flips out like that, it's kind of funny. This is because he's like really super mellow and you can't make him mad. Well, he's like, you can make him mad, you can get him annoyed, but you can totally just tell him, "Dude, chill," and he just totally does. So, but he totally flipped out over this kid, which it was appropriate. The kid needed the correction, but I thought it was hilarious. Because, I mean, what else are you going to do? Otherwise, it's just awkward. Okay. Oh. I was expecting to find dirt. Okay, I didn't find dirt. Oh, I know what I was looking for. I was looking for that dirt right there. Okay. The kid needed the warning. I mean, come on. It's not that bad. The guy should have. Okay. He's probably watching and I'm just totally talking about him. He's like, "Dude, I didn't know that's how you felt about it." The dangers of streaming when nobody's talking in the chat. Okay. Well, I guess it would be the same danger even if people were talking, because then you get even cockier, right? You'd be thinking like, "Oh, I can say anything I want to because there's nobody actually." Well, that doesn't even make sense. My brain, I swear, my brain. It's hard work trying to fill the airtime, I guess that's why some people have music. I have been playing with I've probably mentioned it like 15 times. I've been playing with a DAW, which is a digital. I've not been playing like in any kind of hard constructive way or anything, but I'm pretty excited just about the fact that it's like something new and different that I can learn. Um, there's I have it in my head. Maybe I should start at the beginning. I have it in my head that I would like to make some music to use for like a 90-second introduction on my YouTube videos. So I have like the title page, and then I would have this little bit of music playing, and maybe like like a motion graphic or something like that, and then have music with it. And I think that it'd be easier to build a motion graphic if I already knew what the music was. But, getting music is apparently kind of hard. I watch a couple of YouTubers, and one of them in particular, he's mentioned his music a couple of times. The music that he uses for his YouTube channel and stuff has mentioned his music a couple of times in his YouTube videos, talking about like where it came from and do you guys like it and stuff. And it's like, I need to read your story. Okay, did you put it in the Discord or something? I thought you were going to put it in the chat. Did I? Is it being banned? Is it being auto modded? Because that's, oh, it's been auto modded. Too many words or something. uh Who is telling? I could see how that would be funny. Is that the whole thing? Okay. So you and your mom have a game that you play. Tell me about this game. I think it's you and your mom have a game that you play where one of you says the bunny stole all my carrots, and your mom says how many carrots the bunny stole. It's kind of like who stole the cookie from the cookie jar. Only I don't know if the one with the who stole the cookies from the cookie jar actually uses numbers. Come to think of it. Yeah, you put it into chat, but it got auto-modded for probably because of the either the word count or because of the way you spelled 16. Okay, so your mom and you play a game that, is this something you guys have played since childhood, I'm guessing? Since you were a kid? Like, it's like a nursery rhyme? Or is there some other story to the bunnies? So Mom and Senpei were in the hospital. Now, why were Mom and Senpei in the hospital? And it was 3 a.m. Were you waiting for somebody to have a baby, or were you in the ER waiting to get seen, or she was so tired she repeated, oh, I get it now. Okay. So what game were you playing? Oh, you were playing a game on like your device or something. I get this. Okay. Is that so? Were you playing a game on your device, and so you weren't talking to your mom, but your mom thought she was talking to you? I still think it's funny. You were there because of a recent surgery. Okay. So that part of the story is not that relevant. Well, I mean, it's just part of the setting, right? Okay. So you're in the hospital after a recent surgery. So you were in a room recovering from a surgery? And it's a shared room. And your mom was tired because the surgery ran late. It was 3 a.m. in the morning. And you're sitting there were you playing a game not with your mom, just like separately from your mom, and she's just in the same space with you? Oh, Farm Hero Saga. Okay. So I'm playing Farm Hero Saga, Senpei says. I'm playing Farm Hero Saga in my hospital room at 3 a.m. after having had a surgery. When the nurse asks the person next to in the bed next to me how old she was, and that girl said she was 16, and at the same time moment a bunny stole my carrots on Farm Hero Saga. So I said out loud, a bunny stole my carrots. And my mom, thinking I was talking to her, said 16 because she was so tired. She just kind of echoed the child. I get it. I get it. It's very funny. It is actually very funny. It's all about establishing setting. Like I'm this great writer or whatever, right? But but yeah, that's a cool story. I like that story. I have one that is similar to that. I worked for a while after college in the horse industry. And I worked on a farm where they bred thoroughbreds, and then they would sell the babies either as weanlings or yearlings or whatever. We didn't have a stud or anything, it was just a mare and foal operation. And it was a small farm. It was this woman owned like 20 horses. So it was at most like 15 or 20 horses, just depending on how whether you were counting the babies and all of the mares or what time of year it was or something like that. Bye, Nami. So it happened that we had three mares in the barn at the time. One of the mares' names was Sip and See. Well, we had more than three mares, but we had several mares in the barn who had names that started with the S alliteration. We had like a Sip and See and like Secret Sunday, and I don't remember specifically the exact correct names, but it would have been like that kind of names, right? Supreme Splendor, Sunday Salad, you know. Okay, so there's like three mares in the barn that had these names. And of course they all had babies, and they were very young babies, you know, because it was right in the middle of foaling season. And it happened that we had a little bit of a rotavirus, a little diarrhea going around in the barn. Or and so the farm owner and I and a coworker were standing in the office discussing, you know, the basic management of the farm. And me and the coworker were telling the boss about something, how we had already treated one of the mares, say the one called Supreme Splendor, and we had already treated her baby and took care of his butt and everything that day. And that was a done deal. Or we were telling her something about that foal that was relevant that she needed to know, that was either new information or we had already done it. And she was telling us that she had noticed another foal as she came in, and horses are always referred to by their those thoroughbreds are always referred to by their mother's name until they actually get a name of their own. So it was that we would be saying like the Sip and See foal or the Supreme Splendor foal or the Speak Straight foal or whatever else it was. Um, and so we were saying something about the Speak Straight foal, and she came in and she had seen something going on with the Sip and See foal. And so we said like three times, or it wasn't me, it was my coworker was talking. She was like, the Speak Straight foal, da 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 da, whatever. And then the boss said the Sip and See full blah 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 whatever. Well, they were talking like in a whatever it was. They were saying things that were contradictory to each other if they were talking about the same foal. But they weren't talking about the same foal. They were talking about two different foals. And me, as the observer, I didn't see it. I didn't realize that that was what they were doing, that they were not listening carefully to each other until like they had done it three times. So, so yeah. It's funny how, yeah, your brain, I don't know what I started to say it's funny about. Anyway, oh, please excuse me. So yeah, there's a thing. That's the thing. But yeah, tired brains. When your brain gets tired, then it's like your brain does things when you're tired. It does slap happy, and it does like responding when you're not, when you shouldn't, don't even need to be responding and stuff. It's like, okay. Um well, I also, oh, I used to tell stories all the time. Just like tell people like whatever I thought was a story, you know, about everything that ever happened in my life. And then I realized people were kind of bored of hearing my stories because I was telling the same five stories all of the time. And I guess that's kind of the way people are, with a lot of stories. That's why we have to have like so much content these days, you know? Like, oh, there's got to be all of those different channels where you can watch movies, and all of those different channels. Like, how many different channels do you watch on Twitch just because you want new content that you haven't seen before? Or, it's kind of like, it's like a plague. Where did that sand come from? It's like a plague. Oh, and yet here I am feeding into the whole plague crisis, by making more content for you all to consume. Yay! Hi, Chaz. Oh, you're eating Jelly Belly jelly beans. Are you eating bamboozled? Or bean boozled? Because those are Jelly Belly jelly beans. You know that, right? The bean boozled ones are risky business, man. Risky business. Telling you what, they're risky. All right, put those two right there. That's not going to be enough to fix my water. But I'm carrying a bucket. Oh, that was a little sharp. I'm sorry. A bucket of water there, and a bucket of water. No, not there. There. That should fix it. Yep. There's going to be a little hole right there where you can tell this stuff was dug, but there's also all of these other holes where I've been digging clay. So, have you tried the bean boozled? Oh, okay, we have another story. I didn't see it. Um, Senpei says, when I was in primary school, I played violin, and the whole class would say rest or break when there was a gap during the notes on the page. And out loud, I accidentally combined the two words and came out with bosom. Break and rest. Oh, did you get another one? Wait, no, you got didn't get automated that time. I just scrolled up the page before I saw it. Okay. So Chaz, nope, I'm not, but those ones are my favorite. You like the bean boozled ones? Why would you mean you enjoy the challenge, right? You don't actually like the bad flavors, do you? I had one of the bad flavors once, because I work with kids, and of course that's a thing that kids do, is torture each other and anybody else they can convince to play. But yeah, you were very embarrassed. I can imagine that that would be a very embarrassing situation to be in, Senpei. Okay. Yep, yep. When you were in primary school, no less, that would have been even worse. Like, you must have been, like, just old enough to know what it was, because otherwise it wouldn't have been embarrassing, right? So, somewhere along the way, I did not get all of the little pieces of clay picked up. Aha, there it is. That's enough. You know how I knew? Is because I had two left over. Oh, please excuse me. Um, my dad, one time when I was in, um, I think it was in about fourth grade, maybe fifth grade, I had a classmate that had bloomed early, and she had bloomed well. Toothpaste, lawn clippings, stinky socks, and canned dog food I can stand. Oh, in the Bean Boozled, I wish they would bring back the baby wipes flavor. You liked baby wipes flavored Bean Boozled. Oh my gosh. There's something wrong with you, Chaz. No. Actually, I can't remember. I don't think that the one that I had was, I thought I was one of the bad flavors, but I don't remember which flavor it was. But it wasn't that bad once you got past the initial shock of, wait, you're not supposed to be combining these flavors like that. So, yeah. Um, but it's funny that they have actually found a marketing niche where they can sell things that taste bad and still get people to buy their product. Oh, that's hilarious. So, yeah. Anyway, it's better than spoiled Yumi. Okay. I'm going to call her Yumi, and I'm not going to be able to remember that, but I might. Yumi. Does that like mean that the K is silent, or is it just one of these games we play when we're making Twitch names that you threw in a K cuz your name was already took or something? Um Baby wipes flavor is better than spoiled milk. Okay. See, I don't have a good tolerance for spoiled milk. Like I'm not like one of those people that like reads the label and says, "Oh, it's too old to be expired," because most of the time if I decide some milk tastes bad, it's usually like 5 days before the label said it should have expired, and my husband's looking at me going like, dude, there's nothing wrong with the milk. What is wrong with you? So yeah. Oh, we have a story from the deer hunt. Oh, it's going to be a deer hunting story. Okay. No, that was a bad joke. Okay, it was a bad joke, but it was obvious, and sometimes you have to take the obvious joke. Just sometimes. If you don't do it all of the time, then you won't look like a jerk or a nerd. But okay, I gotta take the obvious joke sometimes. Okay, what's his story? When I was in primary school, fifth or sixth grade, well, it was one of those slow days where whatever you did, it didn't go by faster. It was recess, and we had these tricycles that were made out of plastic. My mama got a phone call from the school saying your child was riding a bike up the hill heading for the main road. My mama rushed down to the school and saw me riding the bike, pedaling hard as I could, getting up the large hill. She asked me what I was doing, and I just stopped and looked at her. And he's got to type the rest of it. Life is hard. I have to wait for the rest of the story. It's exactly like this other book that I read. I have a book. I enjoy reading this author. His name is Patrick Rothfuss. He has written a book that is called The Name of the Wind. He has written a sequel to this book, The Name of the Wind, that is called The Wise Man's Fear. Those books are so awesome. I love the way that they are written, and I read them over and over again, which I never do. And I just stopped and looked at her and calmly said, I'm going home. A fifth or sixth grader. Oh, you mean when you were like 5 or 6 years old? Oh, that makes more sense. That ending caught me in the wrong place. When you were 5 or 6 years old. Okay. Of course I'm going home. Mom, where do you think I'm going? Shh. Okay. There's a little bit of ink. Oh, that was a surprise. I'm going to go this way and see if there's clay over that way because I'm not getting... Wait. Where's there a zombie? Yeah, well, we're not zombie hunting today, so I'm not going to worry about where the zombie is. That's the thing. We're not caving today. Somebody wanted to call me a cave chicken earlier. Ryan Coder came in planning on calling me a cave chicken today, and I had to disappoint him. I broke my heart. It really did. Okay. You have a build request. How interesting. What is your build request? I didn't know I was doing build requests. That's actually an interesting idea. I did kind of do a build request once before. We built a house for Susan. So I can't really say we don't do that because we have done that before. Yeah. All right. We'll have to hear what it is. What is it? What is it? What is it? Is it going to be like down to the color palette and everything? Or what? I got some food. All right. I had a cat named Dee Dee once. She lived to be 13 years old. I think it was 13 years old. And then she got that nose gunk that they get, and she died. And I was so sad. But she was a character. She would flirt with anybody that came to visit. You know, cats are supposed to be reclusive. That was not Dee Dee. Nope. She was like, ooh, look, new people. Look, love me. I'm special. She was. She was actually special. I got her off of a horse farm. It happened that I went to school to get a degree in playing with horses because I always wanted to play with horses when I was young, but my parents would never let me. So I decided I was going to do it. I was going to go get myself a college education in what is called equine science. There is a thing. And what happened was I had a opportunity build a giant purple sheep named Kayumi. Welcome, Ray. How are you doing? Happy New Year. When are you reading something interesting? Get one block of dirt with a sword, pretending it's a mob, then denying you'll be hunting imaginary mobs today. When you are reading something interesting, get one block of dirt with sword, pretending it's a mob, then deny you'll be hunting imaginary mobs today. Okay. I feel like I'm missing something in the timing of reading that, so my brain's not catching it. I think it's, oh, I know what it is. Ray must have caught me digging something with sword. So he says I'm hunting imaginary mobs because I was digging something with my sword instead of digging it with my shovel. That's what happened. I could build a giant purple sheep named Kayumi. That's actually a very interesting idea for a couple of reasons, some of which I don't need to share with you. But we have been talking about building a sheep farm, and for the purpose of getting wool. We will eventually have a purple, we don't have any purple wool. We don't have any purple sheep yet, and one of the things that I want to do with that purple wool, with that wool farm, is I want to build it in such a way that we can exploit the upcoming update to shearing, or dispensers, I guess is a better way of putting it, because they're going to make it so that dispensers in 1.14, you will be able to put put shears inside of a dispenser, and then the dispenser will fire and shear a sheep in front of it if the sheep has wool. Deer Hunt says sheeps are boring. Deers are the way to go. I think you might be right. But anyway, I can envision a way in which we could combine your idea for a purple sheep with my idea for having a dispenser, an automatic wool farm. And we could potentially put the... Oh, actually, that could potentially be very, very, very workable. I'm liking this idea more and more the more I think about it. Because if I did that, then I could get sheep pen and sheep shearer in the same thing, and I wouldn't have to necessarily... Yeah. Oh, I'm kind of liking this idea. Where am I compared to where I need to be? I came this way, right? How much clay do I actually have right now? Have I filled my shulker box? Probably not. But oh wow, we have some, but by the time I turn some of this into stairs and some of it into blocks, that's not that much. But I want to go back over here to home. We can come back over here and start to do that again later. I want to go back over here to home. I wonder if I should have gone to the trouble to get a boat for this. Let's swim. Am I going the right direction in the sense that I'm going toward places that don't have clay anymore? Yes, I'm obviously going in the right direction. I'm liking this idea quite a bit, actually. See, this is why I've been dawdling this whole time. I got there already. Okay. I've been putting off building this sheep farm because I didn't have the exact perfect vision yet for how to do it. Right? But I has ideas now. I don't have any leaves on me. I never have any leaves. So a giant purple sheep, she says. I never have any leaves. I want some stinking leaves. Can I please have leaves? Please, please, please. That's such a cool idea, actually. I don't have any leaves. I don't have any leaves. My world is dead. I've got no leaves. Okay. But we could totally I think that could possibly work. I'm not sure about the giant part. We'll have to figure out what is giant. Like, it might have to be the smallest scale that we can do, where we could do a reasonable pixel art representation of a sheep. Like, you would be talking about a Minecraft sheep, because we had this plan, or I had this idea once upon a when to have this area be the wool farm. If we could totally extrapolate your idea and populate this area with a bunch of different colored sheep and have a sheep farm. And I've suddenly got the itch in the place I can't reach. Yeah. There it is. Okay. The ink pens and rulers and other assorted things you keep on your desk that you could make an entrance into his tail and a ladder going down into a sheep farm. Now that sounds quite a lot like a video that I've seen. So I might have to go back and look at that video and see if that would be too much duplicating something somebody else has already done. Because I kind of don't want to be that obvious if I'm going to copy somebody. Or if I'm good, yeah. See, I don't even really like to do things that are directly from tutorials because, just because, like, I don't like to do builds from tutorials because it's like that's copying, and there's things like plagiarism and stuff, and copying. For as far as art is concerned, and Minecraft building in Minecraft, let's say that's art. Let's say it's art because we want to say it's art so we can validate our existence as Minecraft builders, right? But I need I started to get a boat. I talked about getting a boat a minute ago and then I didn't get the boat. There it is. Okay. Copying art is a good way to learn a technique to look for the fine details in a process, maybe. I believe if you look up Tango Tech or Zedath in Hermitcraft on in Hermitcraft Season 5, they did a thing with flying sheep, and it probably has flying sheep in the title. And I believe it was similar in idea to that, as far as where the door was and things like that. So, yeah. And I didn't particularly like that video because I'm old enough to be over bathroom jokes. So, I didn't like that video. I mean, I liked the flying sheep delivery, the flying animal delivery part of it, but I did not like that build. It really annoyed me. But on the other hand, I was recently considering building a giant sheep for my own nefarious purposes, so there's no reason I couldn't bring that idea here since I'm no longer going to use it where I originally started out to use it. But we'll have to look into like the specific size and how we would configure it. In fact, that's something that we could conceivably do. Let's just do that. Let's go poke at it. Why not? Done. Quit. Single creative play. Let's go poke at it. Creative testing world. Oh, whoa, I just freaked my own brain out. I've got this line of wool here for, again, my own nefarious purposes, and I spun like that and just got a corner of it right there in the corner of my screen and thought for a minute that there was a shooting star in my creative world. Okay, there's nothing here that's fantastic at all. This is on Zedwork if you want to go play there. And all of the... See, I very, very rarely play in creative, so I won't even know where the blocks are. Let's see. We were talking about a purple sheep, so we would probably want to use purple concrete for that. Purple concrete powder, maybe. We would want wool, purple wool. And when I was looking at building a sheep recently, I was going to use the gray terracotta for its feet. I watched Wells Night quite a bit. This stinking bugger has not been around lately to be watched, you know. So yeah, he's not making any content. You know why he's not making any content? He's not making any content because he's building a texture pack and he's playing different games, and that's not allowed. Okay, so there was terracotta on the bottom of it. I need a sheep. Let me have a sheep. Would it be here? Sheep, 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 sheep. I hear you. I don't want you. What does a sheep spawn egg look like? I don't know. There it is. Why is a sheep spawn egg white and pink? That makes no sense. No sense at all. I need you to be like our guinea pig. Oh, that's going to be useful. I won't be able to look at it. Okay. So what I was really thinking was not this color of terracotta. What I was really thinking was the pink terracotta, which is really the white terracotta, which is this color. And then I was also thinking of like gray terracotta. Yeah, okay, so, whoops. So this is going to be a rough in of what the plan was I had for the sheep I was going to build. I had it like that far. 1, 2, 3, stop. Get out of my way. Get out of my way. Don't, see? Look, you're not even supposed to be able to see me while you're getting in my way, huh? Doot, 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 doot. Okay. So that would be, I think... Where'd my sheep go? Oh, that's right, I killed him. Okay, then it's what, 4 pixels tall? 4 pixels tall in this color. 2, 3, da 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 da. Wells Knight used your idea. I tweeted at him in his video for his sheep farm. That was the best day of my life. You mean the one with the small pins around the outside and the bigger pins on the inside? That is a really I was using that design in a world that was using that design, and I wasn't expecting it to be as good as it is. So I was pretty impressed with that particular sheep farm myself. Can you stand the right way, please? Yeah, in grass is not the right way. 1, 2, 3, 4, at least 4 pixels. I think it's 4 pixels. Okay. Oh, I lied. This one was supposed to be this way. Okay, so... Oh, let's see. Yeah, nope, stop. That's really cool that you're getting that kind of response to your ideas. Sometimes you get just a little bit of reassurance about your ideas. Okay, so at this point, it's already a little too big, is what I think. So it would probably have to be half this size. This size would definitely be too big for the area that we were talking about, or that I was talking about over there in that world, in that vanilla world. 1, 2, 3, 4. I wanted to go 4. Well, I do want to go higher, though. That's the thing. But I don't need that. I need to come now. Let's see. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. No, I think it's 10. Oh, wait. I went the wrong way. Where was I planning on putting this thing? Oh, I went the wrong way. Okay, I totally went the wrong way. It's okay. We can totally fake this. We can totally fake this. I went the wrong way. Colored back wall for the coordinating sheep. Oh, that is actually a good idea. But you know what else I was thinking? The one I saw, he had like fence rails in the front, and they had put carpet let me see if I can show you. Like they had done fences, like along the front of the pen. So like there's the colored back wall or whatever, but then they had like the fences along the front of the pen, and then they had put like carpet on it, like you do, so you could get inside of the pen. And what's happening right now is that I know what I was thinking. And so like they had the walkway on this level, but you could totally just like raise the walkway level to this level here and have the central walkway be this level where you walk around, so you could just walk into the pens, and as long as that carpet was there, the sheep would still not be able to get out. But that was something I saw with the one that I was exposed to. So yeah, I don't know why I bothered to get all those other colors. Okay, where was I originally planning to put this sheep? I had looked, eyeballed it, and said it's going to be about that big. Okay, so I guess I was going to go that way with it. So part of what I've done is right. Okay. And then, you know what? That might not. Oh, it might not be a bad thing to just leave. Well, we don't have to though. This was my plan. I'm not doing an exact mock-up of the sheep because the sheep is weird. Like I don't remember why. It was his Hermit Craft Season 6 sheep shearing shop. Yeah, that's awesome. It's really cool that he used your suggestion. It must, yeah. 1, 2, 3, 4. And then it's what, 6 blocks taller? Yep, 6 blocks taller. See, I had done all this prep work for this build, got all the materials, and then just decided not to do it. Knew all the math and everything. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And then it would be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. This is the scale I was originally planning on building. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. And then this is 10 here, I think. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Oh, you don't have to be there. But see, this is too big. This is too big. So what we need is something that's about fully at least half of the size of this. At least half the size of that we would have to have. So that's like 3 blocks right there. So that means I'd have to go to no, I couldn't go down any bigger. Stop, move. I couldn't go down any smaller than 4 for the foot, a 4x4 pad like that. For the foot, and then it would be 2, that would be 2 like that, and then that one is 4 here plus 6, so it would be 2. Let's see, that's 4. It could be like that, and then 2, 3, 2, 3 tall, say for example. So there's our height. Here's where the body of the sheep would be. And then come here like this. Because what I'm thinking is, okay, so this was what, 10? What, no, how big is this, 10? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Would you like me to guide you on how to make it smaller? Well, you're welcome to throw stuff out there, but your objective for smaller might be a little bit different than mine. We can look at it. Well, listen, tell me what you're thinking. Tell me what you're thinking. Okay, so that would be 5. 3, 4, 5 right there. So we got a butt here. Okay, and go ahead. Tell me what you're thinking. So that would be like that. And then the foot. Hi, Jacker. How are you doing? How are you doing? You're back. Never mind. I started doing it correctly. What do you mean? Did you think you had no faith in me? She had no faith in me. I mean, I know there's math involved, but she didn't think I could do it. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Yeah, I just had to have an idea what it was I was doing. But the part that we want is to have something that's small enough for our purposes, or small enough to, like, say for example, if I was going to make a wool farm for all of the different colors out of this, it needs to be small enough to have that many of them and still be big enough to be mechanically functional. It would have to have, so if I made it this big, sheep are only 1 block tall, so that's a thing we can do. We could totally seal in the back of the sheep, like have his back on top there like that. That would be fine. And then we could have the question is, how big is this? So this is going to be 12. Whatever you're building looks horrible. Man horrible. You mean, okay, well, what do you think we're building? How about that? Some monster. Hi, JD! It's Smith, the legend, the destroyer of memes and the killer of hits, the speedster of the night, and his name is Just Do the D Song. P.S. Merry New Year's. Henri Contrary thing. Okay, well, you know what, JD? You know what? You know what I'm going to do? I'm going to put that block right there just for you. Okay, so if we did a head, it would be probably about this big, give or take the color. And actually, that's probably not close. And here we are. Not deep enough. It needs to be 3. Okay, so we could do a little bit of shaping because we don't have to have our sheep look exactly like that, maybe. All right. Okay, Nami's back. I thought you left. Or did somebody else leave and I thought it was Nami? Okay, so let's just... Hey. What am I even in? Get out of there. Sheep, how much face do you have out in front? 3 blocks. Okay, I got you. You thought you were being slick, but you weren't. Okay, so this is a length of 13 and a width of 5 in the present moment. Okay, nope, wrong button. Single player. 13 and 5. Y'all are supposed to be keeping track of this number. In case you didn't know, you're supposed to be keeping track of this number, 13 and 5. Pink sheep's son. Pink sheep's son. What pink sheep are you talking about, Nami? It's like you people have jumped into my brain and are like looking at the videos that are stored on my computer that I'm not gonna publish. It's like freaking my brain out. Okay, this. I wanted to look and see if the stupid thing had a nautilus shell. Can I get out of the boat, please? I really would like to get nautilus shells. He's still there. You've got no shell. Yeah, I've got no time for you right now. Thank you, Jacker. Maud's got my message before you. You horrible, ugly monster. Come in here talking that kind of trash and think you go get away with it. I've been around you too long. I know what your games are. I know how to play your games. Oh, by the way, that nether portal's still floating. It hasn't been moved, just so you know. And every one of these houses that we have built so far is asymmetrical, just so you know. Oh, okay. I think I'm funny anyway. Pink ship. Pink ship, son. I'm missing something. It's supposed to. Well, it was just a mock-up of a general idea of a sheep. It's okay. No, it wasn't a sheep yet. It was a possibility of a sheep. Those are sheep over there. It wasn't a sheep. It was a. We were talking about making a sheep farm. What would you? Why you? Hey! Stop with the hostility over there, JD. You come in here and you brought it. You brought it. Okay. So what I need now is a whole bunch more leaves. I did have a whole lot of leaves, but I guess I used them. So we can get all of the leaves we need, though. We have a Silk Touch axe that's not completely worn out yet. That's the thing. You're just being mean to me, JD. That's why. It's like, golden rule. Okay, give me this. These are not doing anything. We can have these back. I mean, they are sort of doing something. They're sort of talking about making a road there, but I really didn't like the idea of the road there because if I had, it would have been there already, I guess. I started from the beginning. I'm an uneven person. You are absolutely correct. I was the first one who was asymmetrical. You're right. I'm sorry. Whatever was I thinking? I really think I would like to have some shears because that's going to be a faster way to get leaves. That's just the thing, and I really need some leaves, and I really need them kind of in a bit of a hurry before the 5-3 goes away on the chat. Wait, it's not 5-3, it's 5 and 13. Oh, we forgot about the height. What was the height? 16, 8. The height was 8. Okay. Shears, shears or iron, shears or iron, shears or iron, shears, shears. Give me the shears. Okay, and I'm going to need to put all of that clay into the super smelter or some reasonable facsimile of a super smelter. I'm going to have to break all that clay back down again. I should have just stuck it in the shulker box in the condition it was in. Brought more shulker boxes. I did not think that out very well. Oh well. B813. I think it'd have to be 8. I think it, yeah. I think it would be, yep. I think that it would be 8. I think that's what it was. It should, in theory, be half the pixel size of a sheep. So yeah. Give me some leaves, please. Goodness, you're being slow. Stop being so slow. I just want the leaves. Can you, I'm going to get, oh, there's some down there. Okay, so, wait, use it up. There we go, that's more like it. Come on, give me all them leaves. Give me all them leaves. Give me the sweet, sweet leaf. No, we're not breaking leaves. We're just, okay, come on. What incarnations on the cow pen? It's symmetrical. It's symmetrical. Well, it's mostly symmetrical. It's only not symmetrical for in the places where it needed a little bit more texture. You can't complain about the thing on the cow pen because it's at least symmetrical. You're not allowed to complain about that. Okay, so what I want to do is I want to come over here and I want to make a mock-up of something that is 5 blocks wide. Well, that, yeah, well, let's do 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 3, 4, 5. No, not that one. 5, and then 8. No. Yes, 8. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. And then 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, and then that's we're going to want to have just like squares. A big square about that size. Oh wait, some of it, yeah, that's okay. 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Who wants to tell him? Who was here and knows what it is? Nobody knows because there wasn't anybody here yesterday to see that. Not a person. Only Nami knows. Only Nami cares. Come on now, JD. We've been talking about doing that ever since we built the cow barn. It's like you've never been to my streams before or anything. You should be able to guess what that was. We've been talking about doing it. Oh gosh. I so enjoy torturing you, I have to say. All right. Okay. It's horns, JD. We didn't have quite enough room to get the scale right for a skull since all of the blocks that we can use for the skull are square. I can't play vanilla anymore. Oh, it's not, 13 is not even. Fix it, okay? Just fix it. You can't have everything, JD. Besides, odd numbers are better for building. We've had this discussion before. This thing here is an odd number long, I promise you. Okay. So, if we had 16 things scattered around in this bowl that were that size and a little taller because we would make an allowance for the head, that would be that would be really big. But you know what? We could possibly put 3 or 4 of them here, maybe 5 or 6 of them there. And I think there's a similar bowl over here. Yeah, right here. There's a little bit more. And then there is also, I mean, we could put them up and down the hillside. Like there might be room for one here. And then over to here. So the question becomes, yeah, the thing would be to keep it in render distance. So we could totally do that. I think I would like it to be a little bit smaller, like 30% smaller, but it's really not, I don't think we can conceivably actually get it any smaller than what it is, because for there to be room for the mechanicals that I want, it would have to be at least the size that we drew in the creative world just now, at the minimum, I think. Yeah, it would have to be at the minimum, or else it would have to have a shallower belly, a deeper belly, like about there. Oh, hello. That's not even right, because look at that. That's okay. So I started it over here, right? Okay, so if the belly, we could do this. We could have uneven footing. I'd like to, if I was going to do that idea, I would like to, I didn't say anything about taking a screenshot. I did not. It's time to sleep. I need to have room for a couple of sheep inside of it. I would want to have, or it doesn't have to be inside. I guess it could be. We could conceivably reduce it down a little bit more and make it into just a canopy over a sheep pen. If we reduced it again in half, then the legs would be 1 block. Well, if we reduced it any more this direction, I think that would be too small. But we could reduce the height and make it into a canopy, just a sheep-shaped canopy over the pens, and then we could just scatter those around the hillside. That's an idea that has some merit anyway. Certainly was I think I did actually say that. Oh my gosh. Okay. I just hit random words on my phone, so I don't know what this came out to be, but good luck with it. You know what I mean. What do you mean you hit random words on your phone? It looks it looks as cohesive and understandable as anything else you usually say. What do we got going in here? If you know what I mean, if you're not going to be a good friend to me, then why do you think you are a good person? And so what you do with your life choices, and so what you do to me is the way do it. I is the way to do it all. I is the way to do it all. I is the way to do it all. Is I the way to do it all. Is the I the way you make it a good night. Was what day it would come out on. Yeah. A wall of words. Okay, so that was entertaining, and I'm supposed to be getting clay, but I have too much clay now. I have a box full of clay, and I need to figure out how I'm going to cook that. The best way to cook it would be down here. Oh, I've got 28 levels. That's a good thing. I wanted levels for something recently. I wanted levels to mend my things. It's the wrong kind of levels. That was a mouthful. Yep, it was. To answer your question, I don't think I'm a good person. So there we go. Let's see. Oh, food. Nah, I'm okay with food right now. No, input. Right. Input the things. Get the buckets, because I need to refill. It didn't start, so why didn't it start? Buckets are in here. Oh, because its output is stopped. That's why it's not restarting. Oh, food. Okay. Its output is stopped because supposedly if I... Okay, something didn't work. Okay, take the food out of there. Oh, there it is! That's what... I was only 2 levels worth, really? Okay, fine. Have it your way. I need to clear this stuff out so that I can put the clay in and have enough output room. I already put the clay in, right? It's not working. It hasn't started working because I haven't turned it on. Maybe I need to leave those things in there, actually. For a while yet. Because at some... I know what I need to do. I need to make that a single chest for the output because then it'll back up. And then I can come along and get the levels. I've been trying to figure out how that worked. Okay. Lava. I need lava. Give me the lava. Lava buckets. And we'll put the lava, we'll get some lava from over here. And put in there and it'll do some cooking for us. If we get it organized correctly. There we go. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and one more. Yeah, okay. Do 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 do. Era's brain when think about this. What? Okay. I know what you're doing. I know what you're doing. I'm not that dumb. I'm pretty close to that dumb, but I'm not that dumb. Okay, so now I need to go and break down all of this clay into a form and stick it in there. So, yep, I need to unbox my clay that I boxed back up because that was not smart. Not for the purpose that we have in mind for it anyway. Actually, you know what? I don't necessarily want to put all of this in there yet. We'll put some in there so we have some building supplies, but because that is actually what we're after, is enough to start with. But we need to not that's probably enough right there. Not do all of it is probably... Oh wait, I can't go that high. Okay. I took too much. I can fix this. Okay. We're just gonna break it down so if I... Come on, I can jump better than this. I'm better than this at jumping. Come on, there we go. Is it just me or is the whole pillaring up thing a little sloppy in 113? See ya, Jacker. What am I doing? I don't understand. Cannot compute? What do you mean you can't compute? I need to learn to... I need to use my little mouse click thing to get my blocks. I keep forgetting that. Oh, and I'm suddenly hungry. That's okay. There's food in the kitchen. We made a chicken, a whole chicken, in the crock pot. And we followed the recipe on a package of flavoring that's specifically meant for that. So that was really cool. I'm not sure where we must have just like seen it and decided to give it a try, but we never like got around to it until I was like, hey, you know what? We don't have a plan for Sunday's lunch yet. Let's do this. And then I didn't have all the ingredients because I don't keep food in the house. So yeah, okay, go there. See ya. You cooked? Oh my god, did you burn the house down? Nope. But I had to put up with the dog. Our dog is so smart. Well, maybe opportunistic would be a better word. She keeps track of the food that we have out. Like if we make sloppy Joe mix, you know, like in a skillet and we don't put it in a bowl and serve it. We just eat it out of the skillet, you know. And so the skillet will be sitting there waiting for us to go back and get our seconds if that's what we're going to do, or waiting for us to put, more importantly, waiting for us to deal with the parts of it that we're not going to eat. So, you know, like it might sit there on the stove for an hour or whatever because we're still eating out of it and we haven't put it away as leftovers yet. Well, the dog, if you leave it on the stove, she knows and she keeps track and she will hassle the heck out of you. Sit here and go whine and like poke my mouse hand with her nose and that kind of stuff. Everything. And you'll think she needs to go outside. She makes the most desperate noises and faces and stuff. But it's really just that she's keeping track of the leftovers on the counter. So that, because if there's leftovers on the counter and they're not put away, then they might somehow magically end up in her bowl or in her face one way or the other. So she thinks that she needs to remind us to feed her the leftovers. That's the way her brain works, right? So the crock pot, cooking the chicken in the crock pot, I had to listen to her for like 3 hours because she could smell it cooking, you know, after it got to where it was started cooking and you could smell it. She's sitting here whining and fussing and throwing the biggest fit and acting like, you know, and if we hadn't just like 2 days ago had an accident in the house where we were like, we'll let you out, just go to the door, and she wouldn't go to the door, and there was this whole miscommunication between us and the dog, and she ended up pooping in the house, and it's like, ugh, dog, stop being aggravating. We're trying to take care of your needs. And today she was just on and on and on about the food in the crock pot. And I didn't figure that out until about an hour after I had declared that the food was edible because by that point it was leftovers that she was keeping track of. So, yeah. Is a thing. Okay, now I don't have nearly enough lava in there for all of these bricks to cook, or anything, all of the everything else that's probably still in the system. But it's a thing. Okay, so what I need to do is I need to take stuff out of that. I need to stop the hopper. Whoops, get in the right place. I need to stop the hopper. I hope that's stopped. I don't know how to tell if it's not. Wait, I put lava in and you still didn't start? You don't have anything to burn. What happened to the first clay? Okay, I think that's working. I want to get this stuff out of here and turn this into a one chest output system. And we'll probably end up using the nether brick some way, somehow. Yeah, that's not getting me anywhere. I need a food chest or something down here. Let's just pitch some things over here because I need to get my inventory. This is a pitch chest. It's just a pitch chest. It's where I'm gonna put things until I have a better place for them. I probably do have a better place for some of them, but nope, that's not right. That'll just drive JD mad. We already have a mad JD. We don't need to bother him more than that. All right. It's good to hear JD back to his normal complaining self. It is, it is, it is. All right. Boop, boopy doop, boop, boopy doop. What am I looking for? That place that I was just dumping things, but it's not going to be enough. You're not going to be enough of a place to dump things. Actually, the nether stuff can go in the nether stuff area, and then that'll leave me enough room there for the rest of it, probably. Nether stuff. Okay, and bricks. More bricks. I have no intentions so far for these bricks, but I'm sure we can get along with that at a later point. I need the kelp. For the kelp, I need that. I did have intentions for kelp blocks at some point, but I don't know what the intentions are. So there's that. How dare you anger the song? Don't make me go off key. That's a nice extension of the image, but are you actually musical? For future reference, let's see. And then, okay, so that's going to be smaller. So these can be running now. Yeah, and then it'll fill up and back up there. And at whatever point this gets backed up, then we can come in here and just take something out of the hopper or out of there, and in theory collect all of that experience for whatever it is that we've cooked in that period of time. I think. Not a bit. Well, that's really good that you were able to use that descriptive for not being the least bit musical. I started to say a while back that I'm playing with making music with a DAW, and I have no musical background whatsoever. So yeah, um, yep. I have no musical background whatsoever, and I want to make music just for my own personal use, and I think it's a strange idea. Is basically the short version of that story. Where did I get gold? Okay. It's night, so let's fix the part where it's night. I have already spent a lot of time today doing what is it called? Digging clay. That was the answer. What do you people think about? I don't want to spend any more time digging clay. I've already got more clay than I actually want to use right now. I have to wait for what I have to cook. So for the last few minutes, I'm going to do something even more boring than digging the clay. You guys are going to get really exasperated with me, but it's a thing. I'm going to do even more boring things than digging clay. I am going to work on this road. Well, no, you can play the cello? How ironic. When I was in small school, when I was in like 6th grade, and that was back when, where I grew up, the 6th grade was the grade before you went into junior high school. And so we had a lot of things that we were exposed to before we went up to the junior school, up to the middle school. And one of them was they came from the high school with the band or whatever, and they played for us for a little while. And then they went around and matched hand shapes to us and declared that I had the right kind of hand for playing a cello, which I don't think is actual. Hi, AKA Pulsive. How are you doing? Acapulsive? Could be acapulsive and sound like Acapulco. Acapella is what I was really trying to say. Bone. No. Yes. No. Okay, what do I want here? I want this to be... That's snow? I have snow in my road? Well, no wonder I'm having problems with this palette. I have so much going on. Okay, I'm going to put the birch log here and get myself another one. there. I'm going to use this veining idea that I heard in somebody's video. Fix It, I think it was talking about the idea of veining. Okay, I can also play a mean baguette. That's from my college years. You said it right the first time, aka Pulsive. How are you doing today, aka Pulsive? You have caught us on a rather well, okay, I don't know. I'm not gonna say it's a boring day because that makes me sound like my stream is boring all the time, and maybe it isn't. Maybe it isn't. It's a possibility that it isn't always boring. Okay. Then I want bone block, bone block, bone block. Let me have these. I kind of already have it going there, but I kind of want to stop. And I want to do. Oh, oh. Okay, let's do that. That's no, not there, not there. This one is the one I was aiming for, and then do like that. Yeah, okay. Are one a big server with multiple people or just you? I am just playing in a single player world. When I play multiplayer, I usually play on Zedwork. So, oh, I could do that. I can do that. I made a thing. Da 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 da. Okay. I'm proud of myself. I made a command. Woohoo! Hullabaloo! It's a thing. It's a thing. It's a real thing. Okay, and then I'm going to do the diorite. What is this block? That is cement. I don't have... I mean, it's concrete, not cement, but whatever you want to call it. Do I not have any that's hardened already? I don't want... Oh, that's the problem. It got wet, didn't it? That got wet, didn't it? Because it's not supposed to be concrete that's hard. It's supposed to be concrete powder. How did you get wet? Probably just then when I had that birch piece open. Aren't you concrete powder as well? Okay, so concrete powder. I just want to see how this works if I do the marbling of the there we go. I don't want them to all be L's though. That's a little too obvious, isn't it? So let's go here. And then what am I going to put there? And then what am I going to put there? I don't want it to be another bone block there because that seems like it'd be too much. So I guess it'll be, oh, yeah, here we go. We can totally put a quartz here. We'll put a quartz there. We will put a quartz here. And you know what? If I was half of the smarty pants that I think I am, I'd make my quartz go further by making it into slabs. That's a thing I can do. Nobody will know but me that that's a thing that's been done. Okay, so go there and there and there. What are we Russian spying about now? What are you, a Russian spy? If you're AKA, then what's the real name? I'm not a spy. It's a alternate personality. Have you ever heard about the new Minecraft update? I have heard about a lot of new Minecraft updates. I am keeping up fairly well with that. What is it that you've seen that you wanted to talk about? That'd be an easier way to start talking about it, I think. Would be as if you just started talking about it, then instead of, oh, we can totally like do the white sheep farm first because we need the white wool first for the road anyway, right? Okay, so white wool. Let's see how this is starting to mature. I want to go here and here. Yeah, all right. Then I want to use the sides of the birch block next. So right here, you're just waiting for Hightail. Yeah, Hightail is an intriguing option, but I'm not sure it's all that in a bag of chips. Just not sure. It's like, it seems kind of like the expression, don't bite the hand that feeds you. And you guys are probably not old enough to really quite understand how that expression's meant to be used, but it is a thing. That one is definitely too straight. Let's not do that. Let's do this, and then I will move this over. Right here. Oh, there's several. Okay. Right here and here. So this I'm not liking very much because now it's getting a better result as far as its happier path. But I think it means that we definitely have got too many different kinds of block going on in here. And I'm going to want to lean more towards the ones that are yellow toned. Otherwise, we wouldn't have... Okay, so bone block, which we can get. It's just a chore to get. And then the birch log. In addition to, see, it's a little too much. I've got too much of a zigzaggy line going down here from getting too many triangles. You know, good for Hypixel for making a game. Yeah, it's good for them. But they've basically been making games their whole existence, so that part's not that different. What was I thinking? I wanted to put this one over here. Yep, let's have that snow right here. I'm hoping that'll break this little zigzaggy line that's running down the middle up. Yeah, it did a little bit. Put that over there, and then let's put that one there. Now, let's see. Are we far enough away from quartz? Probably. I don't want an L, though. What am I going to do to keep from having an L? Not that one. Whee! Don't be that way. All right, there's that, and that was well done. Come here, you. All right. So, is this better or worse than what we had before? Well, it's more complete because we don't have as many green spots. Hi! Oh, you're back. Isn't that lovely? Such lovely things. Yep. Such a lovely thing. Let's see here. How? Huh, that's interesting. Well, anyway, oh, it's getting dark. Where is my bed? It's not stairs. It's not what we're talking about. To be fair, it looks a little better than Minecraft, and they listen to what the community wants, unlike Mojang. I don't think it's true that Mojang does not listen to what the community wants. I think it's true that Hypixel has a more niche market. Their community is more oriented toward the PvP and the mini games, and so therefore the Hypixel thing is going to fall directly into the segment of the market that they have. But what they have is a segment of a Minecraft market, so you can't really expect it's not going to be the same game as Minecraft. It's something that is modeled after the art style. It's not even the same category of game. At least not the way I understood what I read. So, but you know, it's not like I'm the world's greatest expert on interpretation of these things. I could be completely wrong. My expectation is that people are going to expect it to be something that it's not, but that doesn't mean that it won't satisfy what it was built to make, the market that it was meant to attract. So, yep. Let's see, go there. And if I do this, I'll end up with another thing that is just annoyingly. I mean, I might be interested in it. It'll just depend on things that are like related to how. Yeah, this is fine, but it's not great yet. I like the idea of the veining, but what the veining does is, for example, it's clear that the snow doesn't belong. So if I take the snow out and then shift down the pattern, what else am I going to have? Whee! So the snow doesn't belong because it's too blue. The concrete powder is almost too blue. So, and certainly if I was to get any actual concrete in there, that would be too blue. All right. I don't think there's very much snow in there, so I'm just going to get that out of there. All right. It's not minigame or PvP, it's PVAI. What the heck is that? I do not know what PVAI means. Do 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 do. I can just. Okay. Yep. There you are. Yep. It's a thing. We can do this. You want to play that game? We'll play it. All right. Do 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 do. Alrighty, now that that's done, it's the end of my stream. Anyway, so you can just go bye-bye. Yep. Hi, cowboy! You showed up right at the end again. Well, anyway, as I was saying, I have come to the end of the time for my stream, so yep. I shall be going away and I will come back another day, probably sometime in the future. I might stream tomorrow, but I'm not going to promise I will stream tomorrow. What's in the no, Nami? Does anyone read the tags on the stream? Some people do. I'm sure that some people do. Anyway, okay. So y'all, I will be back when I'm back. If it's not tomorrow, it'll be the usual time next week. Sunday morning. Yep. But there will definitely not be a Monday morning stream next week. Well, I think there's an extremely strong chance that there won't be a a Monday morning stream next week. Um, at least not on time. Happy New Year to you too, Cowboy. And let us go on. Yes, that's the magic word. I'll see you when I see you. Doodle toodle. Wait, do I need to like host somebody? Maybe that's a plan. Maybe that's why my brain's breaking. Wrong button. Oh, there's nobody on. Okay. Toodaloo.